Hi everyone, it's Rachel. So I'm participating in the Sun Sand Santa YouTube collaboration hop. I'm going to put the graphic right here, and the other participants are going to be in the description box below. So I don't have a full card to show you, but I do have a lettering technique that I think that you would love. It involves an alcohol marker and a water-based marker like a Tombow or something that activates with water. So let's go down to the table and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So I'm using watercolor paper, and I've got this large Prismacolor Premier in Carmine Red. Kind of comes out a more orangey color, but it's fine. I'm going to be using a water brush and this Tombow N35, which is one of the darker grays. So I'm not even going to use like a scripty style of lettering. I'm just going to go ahead and write Santa in all caps, and to make it interesting I will do it in a kind of whimsical way if I can get it to fit on the paper. So I'm going to use the broad tip. The easier, what am I trying to say? The broader the tip, the easier you can get it. That is a really nice S. So I'm just going to not mind so much the roughness. Okay. So now I'm going to go through with my pencil and kind of figure out where I want certain lines to go. So what the effect I'm going for is more of a kind of ribbony type, like folded paper effect. So the curved letters are a little bit more difficult for me, but I think that's a good spot. And then just think of a ribbon kind of curling up on itself and folding up on itself. And this seems like a good spot. And then right here, this looks like a good spot. And right here. And then right here. So I want it to have like a 3D effect essentially. Okay, so now that I've gotten my pencil lines where they're supposed to be, I'm going to take the bullet tip of my marker and I'm going to draw along the line that I created right there. Then I'm going to take my fine tipped water brush, or you can use a nice like #2 round, and I'm going to activate that Tombow. So this is why a water-based marker works best against an alcohol marker, because the alcohol marker will actually not be affected at all by all this water that we're using. And then you just kind of draw that pigment down and make sure you keep that sharp line there and just kind of drag it all the way down. Now the curved lines I'm learning I'm not that great at, but you'll see later with the straighter lines that it actually is a lot better. And that's why I don't use this my scripty style of writing when I do this, because I kind of haven't mastered that part yet. And that's okay. So now you just kind of drag that pigment all the way until there no longer is pigment being dragged. Okay. And so you just go down the letter. Just make sure you're not oversaturating and just keeping that line sharp. Just making sure. You blend it. And it's okay if this one ends up a little bit darker because it's essentially supposed to look like it's behind anyway. So I'm just gonna add a little bit more. There you go. Now we're moving. And just drag that over. Okay. And then same thing with this guy. Now, if you don't have an alcohol marker, there are ways to get the same effect, and there are tons of other YouTubers that actually do this a lot better than I do with both water-based markers. I just found that this is the quick and easy kind of life hack way of doing it, by using one marker that is activated by water and one marker that isn't, and then you don't have to worry about blending when you don't want it to blend and stuff like that. I actually like to work smarter and faster. If I find little shortcuts, then they're perfect. So now you just go all the way down. And depending on the watercolor paper you have, like this seems to absorb the marker a little bit faster. So you can see that I have to really kind of layer that color on. I've done it on other watercolor paper that kind of the marker still sits on top of it for a little bit before it gets absorbed in, and then I don't have to layer as much. But you can just adjust as needed. So this is a fun way to add a little bit of dimension to your hand lettering, dimension to your cards, or your, you know, lettering pieces, or your letters to Santa. By doing this fun little ribbon lettering technique that kind of adds a little bit of pizzazz. Who says pizzazz? Alrighty. And looks like we are at the end. How cool is that? So let me bring that up closer. And now it looks really cool. And if you try it, don't forget to tag me. All my social media is in the description box below. I would love to see your versions. And if you have any techniques that you want me to try and show you, let me know in the comments below. And yeah, cool. All right, and here is the finished product. Doesn't it look really cool? It almost looks like folded pieces of paper, right, to make the letters, especially like the straight line letters. I personally think it's a very cool effect, and it's pretty easy to do as long as you have one marker that is not reactive with water and one marker that does react with water. So even a Sharpie
a colored Sharpie and a Tombow or a Crayola would work for this as well. And like I said earlier, this is part of a hop. So if you go to my description box, you're going to see the person that the link to the person that you're going to watch next. And then just keep following it on through there. Some of them might be even giving prizes, so I would pay close attention. If you have any suggestions on what techniques you want to see me do, or just even video ideas you want to see me do, let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, just all those things us YouTubers love to see from you. I would appreciate it very much. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.